Travis Wayne Goodsell. There's really nothing in the news. I'm guessing yesterday, they're posting it today. The BYU's president spoke at devotionals. You know, they aren't telling you the truth about atonement. They're doing the Christian version, not the Jewish version. But we're going to go back to this topic, as I've been doing videos of the church's support for terrorism through donations, exactly what the terrorist group that they're supporting is doing to support terrorism. They've finally taken that down and hidden it so that nobody can find out that the church is involved in terrorism again. Travis was lying. He's making it all up. The top news story now is thousands gather to package 1 million meals for Utah Food Bank. I don't see a single prophet. None of them are there doing it. The church is taking credit for what other people do. This isn't even a church activity. It's not advertised as such. It just says thousands gather to package 1 million meals for Utah Food Bank. So, how many problems can you count with this? Not the picture, the title. Assuming that the church is involved behind this. Well, first, the church is not giving anything to anybody. It is slave labor doing all the work. The church isn't spending a single penny on any of this. And they're advertising other people doing stuff, but not the church. The church is filed as an Articles of Incorporation for charity. They're not giving charity. They're advertising other people doing charity, not the church. Second, has to do exactly with Articles of Incorporation. In 1887, the Edmunds-Tucker Act dissolved the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, that was organized and incorporated by Brigham Young in 1852. This was a congressional act. It's an official government document about the shutdown of Brigham Young's criminal operation under John Taylor. This right away tells you the church ain't true if it's a criminal operation, because it had nothing to do with polygamy. The president pardoned them for that. It was the whole financial operation behind Section 119 for the Perpetual Immigration Fund and polygamy with money payments, prostitution and sex trafficking and child sex trafficking. So the Articles of Incorporation that I'm referring to are Heber J. Grant's. Church is dissolved. It's been dissolved. It never got reincorporated. Heber J. Grant filed Articles of Incorporation November 26th, 1923. And the corporation begins. Before, it was just a group of religious-minded people who were once or are the children of what was once an incorporated religion shut down for being a criminal operation. And so Heber J. Grant does not name the corporation the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. He calls it the corporation. and says that the full name of the corporation is of the President of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. But there is no Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and so there can't be a president of any such church. It was dissolved. And so this is a fraudulent document that was created by Heber J. Grant. Oh my God. But it gets worse, because now he's resuming the financial criminal operation that was shut down by the United States of America. And this was filed in Utah. Utah is now a state in the Union. And so the federal government has been at least 20 years, or at most 20 years, since scandals of the church failing to obey the laws were around. And he says that he had $1 million to start the corporation with, which means they didn't stop their financial crimes of tithing. But he says that the object of this corporation shall be to acquire, hold, and dispose of such real and personal property as may be conveyed or acquired by said corporation for the benefit of the members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, who do not exist as an organized religion. A religious society for the benefit of religion, for the works of charity, and for public worship. The money the church collects is supposed to be for the members. It is not supposed to be hoarded. It is not supposed to be given to others than members. I just read it to you. Benefit of the members, not the benefit of the Utah Food Bank, not the benefit of an African town where they give wheelchairs, medical equipment, whatever. I saw that one from yesterday. For members. And the church isn't doing it. The worship part, okay, fine. But because the corporation collected their money from tithing, and Mormons have to pay, as it's number 10 on the worthiness questions for interviewing to go to the temple, to get married, it's still prostitution and sex trafficking at the BYUs. And even child sex trafficking, if the students in Utah go to the BYUs and marry a returned missionary from another state or country when they're only 16 years of age, just graduated from high school, and 17 years of age. And so this is what he's doing. Mormons continue to pay tithing to the corporation, because it wasn't until Gordon B. Hinckley that they started doing stock market investment. It was all tithing. And so for a long time in my early years, the requirement was that in order for a place to get a temple, there had to be a certain number of elders who were paying tithing, prostituting their wives. because wives aren't allowed to work in this church. We don't want to do the Roman practice, only the Greek. And so, yeah, now with the small temples that Gordon B. Hinckley started, that rule has been lifted. Gordon B. Hinckley that acquired money from other sources, for the most part. Before, the church asked donations from Mormons beyond and above the tithing. And tithing is supposed to be used for the poor, according to Joseph Smith and the Bible and the Book of Mormon. But it's not. And so fast offerings are added. As a child, I was told it was to help the poor and the needy, because we read from Malachi. I can understand what it means as a child. Oh, storehouse, bishop's storehouse, it's for the poor. And then I grow up and find out it's not? What the hell? Why am I giving you? It's atoning for Jesus' atonement? What the hell? I'm prostituting my wife? And so we are not a religion. It's a corporation committing crimes with criminal money. Prostitution money. Mormons who go out on missions, again, have to be full tithe payers, go to the temple. Not supposed to be women, just men. And then recruit others to start paying tithing to the church. That's a pyramid scheme. The whole thing is a criminal operation. Mormons cannot lie and deny about this. You can't run away and hide and say, oh, Travis, you're a criminal. You're helping these criminals. Now, if you now find out and you go, oh, crap, you need to do the right thing. You need to leave the church. You need to stop paying your criminal tithing. Are you going to do it? This church is using that money to fund terrorism to overthrow this government. And on Monday, it's going to happen. And they're setting you up to be destroyed by Trump when he takes office. All of you in Utah are targets. You got set up and framed, led as lambs to the slaughter by this corporation. And they lie and deceive you with repeating of falsehoods that you've believed to be true, so that I them am wrong and false, and I'm a Korahor. I'm the enemy. I'm not the one gonna murder you. They are. They've already paid the Judas price, and it's now been taken down and put into its proper order so that you have to click, 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 click until you finally find it. See, because you as a Mormon have no authority, no authorization to have any changes, any vote in this church. And that's why Section 107, verse 22 is no longer practiced. Well, it never was. It's supposed to be after Joseph died. Nobody did it. Brigham Young didn't do it. He was the president of the 12. So his branch off has succession as the president of the 12. He has no authority to do that. He doesn't even claim the keys for the presidency. He still claims the keys for the president of the 12. And they lied to you. They won't show you section 107, verse 91. I think I did that. I covered that. They removed that and only mentioned 92 for the gifts. But notice that translation is the only one not footnoted. Seer, revelator, prophet, and gifts. If they do mention 91, they refer you to section 103, verse 16, and then claim it's Joseph Smith actually down in verse 23. Jewish Christ. Those are the keys of the Jewish Christ, or the keys of Moses. Christians are all wrong, abominable, and corrupt. Verse 19 of the first vision. And so Willard Richards, Joseph Smith Papers, put in the wrong name of the church that Joseph put in. Because Brigham Young, in the last year before he died, had to put in a forged document called Section 115. Wrong name of the church. Notice the date. Before Joseph's visionary accounts, for which he put in the original name that he had it as. And so this is why I do the pictures for all of my videos. This church is a criminal operation. They cannot be good. They don't want to do good. They are pure evil. And you follow along and obey them to your grave. And you don't get it. Jeremiah 23, huh? Okay, fine. We'll read it for them. Woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pastor, saith the Lord. Therefore, thus saith the Lord God of Israel against the pastors that feed my people. Ye have scattered my flock, and have driven them away, and have not visited them. Behold, I will visit upon you the evil of your doings. Deuteronomy 19:19, and the law of Purim, Book of Esther. I will gather. Hey, the keys of Moses. Wonder if he's going to talk about the man like Moses here. Let's keep reading. Maybe we'll find out. The remnant of my flock out of all countries whither I have driven them, and will bring them again to their folds, and they shall be fruitful and increase. So this is not literal history, it's a prophecy in Revelation. And I will set up shepherds over them, which shall feed them, and they shall fear no more, nor be dismayed. It's talking about the millennium. Neither shall they be lacking, saith the Lord. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will raise unto David. There it is. Jeremiah is plagiarizing the law of the Jews. I thought it was just the Book of Mormon that plagiarized. A righteous branch and a king shall reign and prosper, execute judgment and justice in the earth. In his days Judah shall be saved. So it's not Jesus. Jesus failed to save the Jews in his days. They got slaughtered by Rome. And Israel shall dwell safely. And so Joseph Smith is saying, hey, that's Mormons, not Jews. And this is his name whereby he shall be called, the Lord our righteousness. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that they shall no more say, the Lord liveth, which brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. Hey, that was Moses. The Lord, though? Yeah, Jewish Christ. But the Lord liveth, which brought up and which led the seed of the house of Israel out of the north country, from all countries whither I have driven them, and they shall dwell in their own land. Zion. The man like Moses that Joseph Smith tells you is your Christ. Verse 40 of the second vision. Supposed to listen to him or you're all going to die. So you better find out who he is. Oh no, what do you do? How do you find out? Judge him by his fruits. You should have done that with Nelson. You didn't. Now you're going to die. Good job. All your missionaries are all stranded around the world, by the way. They're going to be stranded.